And welcome back to your basic bitch in a bathroom tutorial. Alright guys, we're going to start from the fresh. This time we're just going to start putting on our foundation. I usually only do one layer. I'm using MAC right now, which is a good full coverage, but if you want it really full coverage, you can do 2 layers. I will tell you this. You do 1 layer with the amount of powder and setting and all that other, and blush and contouring and stuff. Even if you don't have a super great coverage foundation, you still gonna be covered. I'm almost out. This quarantine is jacking up with my shopping. LOL. I'm so basic. I legit need stuff, and I guess I'm just going to have to order it to be delivered because I'm not allowed to go shop because places aren't open. So, I don't know. Might be a month before I get some more foundation. Just going to be running around looking like a hot mess, like a basic bitch in a bathroom. Alright. Now, once you've done your good primer base coat, we will move on to the exterior paint. Alright. All your mistakes from the night before are now hidden. I had 3 big old martinis last night. Truths. That's not that bad though. I don't know, guys. Like, after this whole quarantine thing's over with, we may have a lot of people going to AA. I have had more alcohol in the last month than I think I ever have. Alright, so contouring, I'm using a powder palette by Morphe. I like it. It gives me a little bit of control, but you just follow along that because I'm fat. I don't really have a cheekbone line anymore, but we're gonna make one. Don't be freaked out if it's super fucking dark, because you're gonna blend it out anyway. So, truth, I have 2 other videos that, because our internet is so saturated right now with people being quarantined at home, have not been able to upload. It probably doesn't hurt that I need to update my iPad, and I can't do that either because I don't have Wi-Fi and the internets are clogged. Okay, so I like to take a little bit of this lighter. One side always looks darker to me than the other. And I like to have them kind of evenly dark. That way when I blend them, I'm not... Now, because I'm also a broke basic bitch in the bathroom, I don't have a thin contour brush. So I'm just trying to use the edges of this one as much as I can to do what I need to do. Alright, I'm going to go up here, put you in a nice little... I don't even know what the point of this is because nobody ever really looks at your upper forehead. Alright, now we're going to go back in with a little bit of highlight. I don't really put too much stock into the highlight because my skin is so pale anyway. Why? Because I feel uncomfortable in my bathing suit thanks to humanity. I've had no color. I don't know. I've got a bunch of medical stuff going on that has caused me to inflate like a giant balloon. So I probably won't even be out of my bathing suit this year. Alright, then we're going to blend just the hard lines away, if that makes sense to you beginners out there. Like, you don't want to blend too much of the color away because then what's the point of a contour? You just pretty much want to soften up that hard line. More so on the bottom than the top, because once you add your blush in, you'll blend that into your contour as well. Ooh, Ooh, this side's looking like a hot mess today. Feeling gorgeous. Feeling beautiful. Feeling beautiful. Alright. Get that corner of that nose. Try not to poke yourself in the eye with your brush while you're doing it like I just did. Because that don't feel good. Come up here. Get that harsh line. Make it look like you actually have a face that has structure and or sun. And you're done with that part. Now, last time I did this videos, I thought, well, I'm going to get more organized next time and have everything out where I need it. But guess what? I'm a basic bitch, and I didn't do that. So, if I duck in and out, it's because I didn't plan ahead. And because I'm a basic bitch in the bathroom. Well, this blush sucks today. You are not coming out as dark as I need you to. And I just squished you on the windowsill. And just dropped a bunch on the floor. But hey, you know, this is just a sample of some blush that I was sent in an Ipsy bag. So, you know what? Basic bitchism right here. For all you people that store-bought over-the-counter, this is going to need to be buffered out a little bit more. You can use any makeup. You don't have to go spend a fortune. I mean, yes, some of them are better for you, you know, cosmetically. Makeup's makeup, okay? Okay, we're going to go back in with this, because like this is a CoverGirl palette right here. I have not upgraded my blush. I tell you what I am obsessed with is eyeshadow palettes. I have like 9. And I'll go buy a new eyeshadow palette before I will go buy... Put a little bit of blush on my nose. I will go buy a new eyeshadow palette before I'll go buy a new blush, which makes no sense. Alright, that part being done, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with some finishing powder that I'm almost out of, so I have to beat the basic out of it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put some finishing powder all over my face. Alright, we're done with the basic bitch stage 1. I will go back with a little bit of highlighter later on my upper cheeks, but for the most part, that is done. Alright, so next up, eye primer. So this eye primer is a MAC primer and I love it. I use the tinted, and I know I said this in another video, but just in case y'all didn't or never get a chance to see the other one, I get a tinted eye primer because it acts as like a clean slate and it reflects color. Makes your color pop a little more to have that white or cream colored primer base. More so than if you just put it directly on your lid. I don't use concealer or foundation on my eyelids. I feel like it creases because it's not made for that really. But you're a basic bitch. You can do what you want. No judgy. Okay? This is how basic I am. I can't afford right now to go, especially with the quarantine and everything, can't afford to go get eye tape. So I'm using legit the most basic form masking tape. Get it right there at the corner of your eye. Yeah. Got my masking tape on. This is for you ladies out there who had requested, you know, doing a good crease on the outside of the lid, or for eyeliner. Actually, if I were going to do a winged eyeliner, I think I would angle the tape a little bit more down. This is more on the lines of the edge of my eye with the edge of my eyebrows. But depending on how much angle... Oh, I gave myself a wrinkle. Look at that. Depending on how much angle you want with your eyeshadow and eyeliner will determine how you put your tapes. Or at what angle you put your tapes. You do you. Experiment. Play with your makeup. I mean, I'm not a professional. I was never taught any of this stuff. This is legit me just goofing around with makeup. Excuse me. My allergies are bad. I think today we're going to be using this lovely palette, and we're going to be doing browns, greens, and golds. So I'm going to start with my crease, okay? Oh, that was a lot of dust. Oh well, that doesn't normally happen, but pat it in. This is actually a brown. It's a really dark brown. So we're going to have some dark eyes today. But we're going to go ahead and put that, pat it and draw it out into the crease. If you have hooded eyes, don't worry about it. You can just go a little higher up. Blink a lot. That way you know everybody will see your makeup. Just give them the flirty eyes. Then everybody will see your makeup. And you won't feel like you've just wasted all that time putting on a bunch of eyeshadow nobody's going to see. Or legit, you can just walk around with one eyeshadow all day. But switch from camera 1 to camera 2. Back and forth, that way you don't put too much strain on one eye. Alright, so we've got the dark crease. I don't take my crease all the way into my eye tear duct or all the way into the inner eye. I kind of stop a little bit because I'm going to put a lighter color in the middle. And I don't know about you basic bitches, but I use my my shirt as a palette, so I'm always wiping my brushes off. Let's go with this green. I haven't used this green a lot. Alright, we're going to pack on a medium tone green as a base undercoat for this one. Okay, some eyeshadows I find go on better if you pat them on. Some go better if you spread them on. Just experiment with your eyeshadow palettes because they're all made differently. And I'll tell you what, I've got like, I would say probably a good 7 out of the 8 to 9 palettes I have are all by Morphe. And even though they're all made by the same company, every palette's different. Some of the eyeshadows are more gummy and don't spread well. Oh, I got some over there in the corner, but I'll show you how to take care of that too. Alright, so that part is done with the medium green. Then I'm going to go in with a little lighter green. More of a, this one's kind of a metallic. So we're going to go in up here in this corner with this lighter green. And I will show you how it all blends out in the end. Get it all in there. Kind of acts like a highlight to your eye. And this is just how I do it. I mean, you can do your makeup how you want to do it. Now I'm going to go back in with this very pretty aqua glitter. And I'm going to pack a little on. Pack and drag. Some of these glitters, they look really loose. And they don't do so well when you just drag. But I'm going to pack on some glitters. Pack on some glitters. The reason I pack on the glitter, especially this particular one, so when I go to blend the color, I don't want all the glitter to come off. I want some of it to stick. So I'm going to pack it on there. And then when I do all the blending, some of the glitter will stay and that base coat will shine through a little bit, so it won't be super dark. Don't worry about your cast off. We will fix that in a minute. Alright, excuse me. I can't stop snorting. I hate that. Alright, and we're going to go up here with a little bit of a lighter green, much lighter green. And we're just going to put a small line there. We don't want too much color, or I don't want too much color up into my brow area. So we're just going to put a little bit of color at the top of that dark brown. Okay, we're going to blend. We're blending. We're blending. Am I blending? Am I blending? I'm blending. Okay. Enough Dr. Doolittle. I think I just dated the hell out of myself. All right. I'm going to blend those hard lines much like you do with your I can't talk today. Contour lines. All right, now I'm going to go in at the very top of the brow line with this kind of a gold cream tone. And we're just going to fill in up there. Happy trees. Happy trees. Channel your inner Bob Ross. Do, 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 do. All right. That 'tis done. Now we're going to take the same big powder brush and very lightly dust away your fallout. And then take another brush and just kind of push up what has kind of fallen into your tear duct. Or you can get your handy dandy Q-tip. This is a dirty one, so I'm not going to use this one for what I want to do. You know what? I'll pull off part of it. You can take a Q-tip, start at the bottom, and just roll and pull. Roll and pull at an angle, and it will roll and pull. Roll and pull. Kind of acts as like an eraser. Right? Now, we will dig through our bag. Oh, look, it happens to be on the top. Must be a sign. Usually I have to dig for this brush. Okay. I love the pen eyeliners, but right now I don't have one. So I'm using my EOF cream liner and a liner brush. And you want kind of a firm brush, but you still want it to kind of give a little because you're so close to your eye. You don't want to stab it. Okay, you go up the angle of the tape. I'm not doing a huge tail today. Just gonna align just the L's. Okay. I'm gonna come back here. Oop, almost poked my eye. See, that's why you don't want a super hard brush, because you'll poke it. And if you're as much of a basic bitch as I am, you will probably do that multiple times because you don't learn your lesson. Sometimes I just like to think that my makeup brushes, and then you peel it off. Voila! And you get a really crisp angle. And then you go under and line your, that's a lot. Line your bottom. I'm not going to go all the way to my tear duct line today. I'm just going to do to the middle. All right, now that part's done. You always have one eye that just doesn't cooperate. It's like your eyebrows. They're second cousins and not sisters. This one's always my trouble eye. Even though they look like they were at the same angle, to me, this one looks a little higher up than this one. It also might be the way that I tweeze my brows, because I like to screw those up too, like every other basic bitch. All right, so that part's done. And now we're going to do our brows. I'm going to use a pomade today by Anastasia Beverly Hills instead of my dry palette. And we're going to go and do a nice line to define the bottom. My eyebrows never come out the way I want them, ever. Ladies, this is our arch nemesis, our brows. But don't ever let anybody tell you you do your brows wrong. Much like anything else in art, it is your interpretation. It's how you want them. I have always been able to admire women that can have the technique to blend in or do a fade at the front of the eyebrow into the body and it looked good. I am not one of those basic bitches. I have not been able to master that technique, so I don't even try anymore. I like my brows the way that I do them, so I just have a little bit of a heavier brow. You know, more of a defined line brow instead of a blended brow. And that's fine. Because you know why? It's my face. And like I tell most people, if you don't like it, don't look at it. I mean, I try not to look at my own face, but... one and done. Alright, now on to the next one. This one's always a little wonkier. I think it's because I sleep on that side, so you might have to brush your brows out a little. Also, try not to lift your eyebrows while you're doing it, or you'll have one eyebrow that's higher than the other. Let's face it, ladies. You can always take it off and redo it. I mean, it's just makeup. We are not permanently tattooing our makeup on today, so there is room for error, and there is experimentation, and if you don't like it, take it off and redo it. You know, you can use a Q-tip and a cotton ball. They are your best friends because you can erase small areas instead of having to take off your entire face and redo it, because that would be expensive after a while, you know, foundation wise. Alright, you are of course my problem child. And you're not even. Okay, of course you're not, because why would you be? I need to come out a little more. Ugh. Oh, that's a nice big blob of pomade. Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty blob. You're going to be darker than your cousin, too. I always get a nice angle on one and then too much of an angle on the other. But you know what? If you're anything like me, ladies, you just give up after a minute. You're like, you know what? Forget about it. Forget about it. It's a fugazi brow. Okay, okay. Well, decent enough. Decent enough. I'm not going to any kind of galas or major award dinners today. Oh, I'm going to fix that, and then I just overdid. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for overthinking your brow, Meredith. You're an idiot. Alright, now, I take a concealer. Any concealer will do. It does not matter what it is. Any kind of cream concealer. Or highlighter. Cream highlighter. Alright, you must be almost empty. I'm having to squeeze you hard today. Okay. Get a little bit of concealer on there, and we're going to go and do a highlight line underneath the brow. And don't worry, if you get it up into your brow, you can always just blend that in with the same end that you used on the pomade side, and then go back to your... I don't have a bunch of fancy brushes, but this is one brush that I don't think I could live without. Has your tapered end on one side and your flat highlight side. Now, I like to take in what I call a dry brush blend, which is, if you're an artist or have taken fine arts class, you will know what that means. And pretty much what we're doing is we're just bleeding that upper lid of eyeshadow into that hard line of concealer so that it acts as a more blended highlight line. So if you can see the difference, much more highlighted at the top of that one. So we're going to get another bit over here. Oh, you're a lot. No, you're still too much. And, okay. No, you're probably still too much. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Yeah, I knew you were too much. I could tell. Whatever. Nobody's perfect, right? We is the basic bitches. All right, now we're going to have to take some of this product off by going over it and then wiping. And then over it and wiping. And then we're going to dry brush, blend in that hard line. Blending, blending. We're blending. Look, we're blending. Am I blending? I'm blending. Okay. Note to self. I really do want a chameleon. I want one of those panther ones, the really colorful ones, because they're gorgeous. Put them on a little leash. Carry him around on my shoulder. Because he'd be my friend. He'd love me. Okay, and that is that. Now we need our mascara. I am not doing false lashes today. Because, why? I am, however, going to use some mascara. But you can, it's not my, you can use mascara and then go back and put your false lashes on. Sometimes it's actually a little easier because your eyelashes are kind of put on lockdown, but you go on the top and curl and pull. Curl up and pull. Curl up and pull. And if you can put on your mascara without opening your mouth, you are a better person than me. And I don't know about the rest of you, but whenever I see somebody putting on lipstick, even if I'm not, I naturally make the faces that they're making to put their lipstick on. And it's the same way with mascara. If I'm watching somebody in their car put the mascara on, I'm like... and then I catch myself doing it and I laugh. Curl and lift. Curl and lift. Try not to poke yourself in the eye or get any cast off, but I'll tell you what, that little Q-tip is going to be your best friend where that's concerned. If you get it when it's still wet, you can spin and lift. As I said in one of my other videos, and I'll probably repeat it now, don't pump your mascara. I mean, I know everybody likes a good pumping, but don't pump your mascara. The more you pump your mascara, the more air and bacteria you force down into your mascara bottle. It not only is bad for your eyes, but it will shorten the life of your mascara. So put it in and just swirl it around. Put it out, pull it out real slowly so you don't get a whole bunch of extra at the top. And then your lower lids, or your lower lashes, you're just going to go to the base of the lash and swipe and pull, swipe and pull. Swipe and pull, swipe and pull. Okay. Now, what I've been doing lately, although I don't do this all the time, because I have very sensitive eyes, and if I get a bunch of cast off in my eye, it makes it very angry, and I don't like to make my eye angry. But I do like to go and take a little bit of the lighter color of the green that we use and go just at the underneath the lash where I didn't put eyeliner, and just kind of pull it and work it. Work it, work it. Okay. And then I go in with a little bit of the darker green and put just a tap on top of that eyeliner. And then blend it in at the end if you can, if you need to. Okay. Now, honestly, because we are in a quarantine, and I probably will go ahead and wear a mask when I leave today to go to the grocery store, do whatever I have to do, because we always do that on Saturday. I'm going to go ahead and put lipstick on, even though I think it's totally freaking pointless, because I'm going to have a mask on and you won't be able to see it anyway. See, I got a little bit of cast off in my eye. So, I'm going to close my eye. I'm going to get this brush right here. That should take care of it. Oh, Meredith, put the brush up. I need to bathe my brushes. All right, we're going to go with a red today. So, if you're not born with big pouty lips, I'll show you how to do it. So you go a little bit underneath your natural lip line. And you go a little above your upper lip line. And much like your eyebrows, you will have that one lip that doesn't do what you want. My lips, usually, this side would have a better curve. See how this one curves really nicely and this one kind of curves straight down? But this one always has a better point. So, we're going to drag it out. Oh. Almost stabbed myself. This is Infallible L'Oreal's Matte. When I tell you I like it, I like it. I like it. In fact, I don't even have all the colors, and I would love to get all the colors because I like it. It lasts all day. It doesn't come off on stuff. My biggest... The part that it wears the most that you sometimes, if you really are self-conscious about it, want to touch up, are going to be right on the inside of your lips where you're actually, you know, wetting it and using it to eat and lot. Now, I have a beauty mark, guys, and it likes to hide under my foundation, and I hate that. So you take the end of a Q-tip and spin. Spin. I think that had vitamin E on it, actually. And it just kind of brings... Oh, I have another one up here, too. Yeah. Spin, 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 spin. Just takes off a little bit of the foundation, so it makes your beauty mark pop out. And that's if you want your beauty marks to pop out. I mean, some people like to cover their moles and beauty marks and freckles. That's up to you. Do your basic bitchism. Just do the makeup the way you want it. Don't let somebody tell you did it wrong. Because much like everything else in life, there is no wrong way to do anything. It is trial and error, experimentation, and I didn't do my waterline, so I'm going to do that really quickly before I sign off with you guys and try to get on with some sort of a normal life. Whoop. Now, in this case, I probably would have used like a green eyeliner, but on your waterline, you're just at the tips of your lashes. Down that waterline. I would have used the green, but I can't find my green. It has walked away somehow, but that is fine because I will get another one sometime, somewhere. So yeah, much like everything else, don't let anybody tell you you're doing it wrong. Experiment with it until you get it the way you want it, until you blend it the way you want it, the shape you want it. I guess the next video I'll do a different style of applying eyeshadow instead of the linears. Or the horizontal method. I'll do more of a different cut. All right. Thanks for joining me, guys. I hope that you enjoyed One Basic Bitch in a Bathroom and that I have taught you something or given you a giggle or just showed you my face. Ha! Have a great day.